Hello everyone and welcome to The Break Run. My name is Frank.
And my name is Kevin, and today we're going to be discussing RMC Mean Streak coming to Cedar Point.
So a few months ago we did a video back in the fall time discussing possibility of RMC Mean Streak. Now with leaked photos, it looks like this is almost confirmed that Mean Streak is getting RMC treatment. However, it's not official yet. Cedar Point hasn't said anything, which is really interesting. So what do we think of this whole idea that Mean Streak is going to get an RMC conversion?
Well, based on the pictures that have been leaked online, it looks insane.
Yeah,
it looks insane really for Rocky Mountain Construction, who is the definition of insane.
Yeah.
I think, we were talking earlier that RMC is really being a game changer in this industry. They're pushing the limits, they're pushing the envelope, but it looks like RMC is pushing their own envelope with RMC Mean Streak. So, I think, there's been speculation. Mean Streak's a huge wooden roller coaster.
It is, yeah.
There's been speculation that this could be the first 200-foot plus hybrid. So what do you think?
I think it'll be sweet to see. I mean, they're definitely raising the bar. They raised it when the first RMC. They keep on raising it with the Outlaw Run, the actually first wood coaster to go upside down with twists. Then now with Lightning Rod, launch wood coaster. Now with possibility of RMC Mean Streak, I think it's going to be crazy. I know is it sad to see Mean Streak go? I know there's so many people in the coaster community that just hate RMC. I think it's going to be really good. As much as I like Mean Streak, it was really rough. It was getting old. Think about it. Theme parks are all about the money. Mean Streak costs so much to maintain.
Right.
It needed this. As much as it's going to be, it's sad to see it go, yeah, but what are we going to get out of it? We're going to get probably one of the best coasters ever built.
Right. Well, let's think of simple accounting principles here. Everything in a theme park is an asset.
Yeah.
And what do assets do? They depreciate.
Yeah.
Wooden roller coasters, unfortunately, they depreciate faster than steel coasters do, generally.
Yeah.
So, like you said, the maintenance costs are high. Ultimately, what's going to happen? The depreciation expense is going to be greater of the wooden roller coaster than it is to reinvest and the profits that you'll gain from the new market that you're satisfying.
Yeah, so basically, theme parks need to do two things. Decrease cost and then increase profits. They're doing both
like
things
with any
because
business.
exactly. But RMC Mean Streak is going to draw so many people into Cedar Point. I mean, just as much Valve did. It basically what Valve did, even though our views on it are but it basically it spread like wildfire over Facebook.
Yeah.
It was national news. It was one of the biggest things talked about in the news for a really long time. I think it's definitely going to do this for Cedar Point too. Now we're going to talk about the year. So everyone thought, because usually with RMCs, it closes down, let's say, in 2015, end of 2015 season or mid-2015 season, then you have about a whole off year to do the RMC conversion.
Right.
But with this, it looks like it's going to be like the first New Tex Giant, a full year or a year and a half to do this. So it's not going to look like it's going to be ready until 2018. What do we think about this?
Well, I mean, it just shows if that's true, this thing's going to be massive.
Yeah.
This thing is going to be huge.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane to see, like we said, there's, an element where you're going over a top hat. Like, we haven't seen that in a hybrid coaster. It's impossible to get what they're going to be doing from what it looks like to get that built within a winter season.
So they're taking their time, and that leads next to the marketing because it's crazy how Cedar Point has not said any word besides just a few hints, a few tweets. They haven't invested anything in marketing, but somehow it's the biggest. It's supposed to talk about roller coaster. It hasn't even been announced yet. It's genius what they're doing.
It absolutely is genius because, like you said, they've invested very minimal marketing dollars, and what they have is the most talked about project in the theme park industry in the domestic United States right now.
Yeah.
So I think what they are doing, especially if it is true, it's not going to open until 2018.
Which at this point,
right? What is the point of talking about it now?
People,
you're going to say, oh, we are doing Meaner Streak, and it is opening May 2018. Get excited. Woo.
Everyone's going to forget about it.
Yep, everyone's going to be like, oh, that's great.
I always say...
It's me, Avatar all over again.
Exactly. My biggest thing was Avatar. They announced that project way too early.
Yep.
They should have waited another few years. Now it's getting the hype as it always deserved because it's opening relatively soon. But why should they announce it? Because no matter what, us, the coaster theme park community, we're going to talk about it, no matter if they announce it or not.
Right.
But you have to talk about the general theme park goer is not like us. They're just a general public. You need to wait for it, which they're probably going to announce it sometime over the summer as guests walk in the park. They see Mean Streak with all this stuff. They're going to say, "What's going on?" I think once they open for the season, we'll start to see something, and then they're going to announce it over the summer. it's going to grow, it's going to explode with the guests who are coming. They're going to see it literally, like, let's say July 26, 2017, they're going to see it and say, we're going to have to come back next year.
Yep, bingo. Now, let's think about it also from a business too. Cedar Point is redoing their water park for 2017.
Which is great.
Cedar Point Shores, that's huge.
Yeah.
You know, they renamed their water park. The second they announce Mean Streak, everyone's going to forget about it. And thinking about it from a business perspective,
You need to hype up that water
You
park.
need to hype it up, one, to get your return on investment. Two, as soon as you announce Mean Streak, your marketing collateral, you have to change all of it.
Yeah.
You have to include Mean Streak. And what is it going to say? Mean Streak, Cedar Point Shores.
Yeah,
It's just,
exactly.
you're going to get nothing.
Yeah, so I think, what do you think we're going to see now? So I think we're going to probably see something so when the Cedar Point open, like May, so that's when they start to get guests in. It's probably not going to be open daily operations so after school gets out and across the U.S. until like June. So I think we're probably not going to see an announcement until about July.
I was going to say early August. Like
Okay.
around the time, I don't know why this is coming to me, but August 5th. August 5th, 2017, I'm predicting it. You heard it here first, Meaner
And
Streak.
that's my dad's birthday, so it works out perfect.
Yeah, so, you know, I think that, you know, we'll be seeing it at that time because it's the end of the summer season.
Yeah.
So you're getting the end of the summer crowds who are going to say, oh my gosh, we have to come back next year. We
Yeah.
have to buy our season pass for
I
next
think
year.
what they're going to do
Boom.
is kind of do, not just they're not going to come out and announce. I think they're going to do more teases. They're going to do like tweets.
Yep.
They're going to do small stuff to hint about it and then fully announce it. Because I think at this point, we know what's coming.
Yep.
We see it. We know what's going on.
Yep. Well, especially once the park is open,
Yeah.
it's going to be so hard to hide that. you know?
Exactly. I mean, what are they going to do? Build giant walls around Mean
Yeah.
Streak? Like, it's not.
Exactly.
This is a no-brainer. This is what
Yeah.
Cedar Point needs. I think they really do need a small, like a GCI Gravity Group and a dark ride, but I'm sure that's in their 5-year plan.
Yeah.
So RMC Mean Streak, it needed to happen. As
Yep.
much as it's kind of sad to see these core classic wood coasters go, theme park industry keeps needing to evolve.
Yep.
And then
At the end of the day, it's a business. Yep, exactly. So I think ultimately this is a great trend. It's going to be a great asset.
Yeah.
What do you guys think? Do you guys like Mean Streak coming in 2018 as opposed to 2017? What do you think of their marketing campaign? And are you excited to ride it once it opens? Let us know in the comments below.
And what name do you think it's going to get besides Meaner Streak?
Yeah, exactly. Meaner Streak, Iron Streak,
Who knows?
whatever you want to call it.
As always, thank you so much for watching our videos. Please click thumbs up, like us on Facebook, and subscribe to us right here on YouTube for more coming theme park videos.
Thank you so much for making us a part of today. Have a good one.
Bye.
New Mean Streak.
Coming in 2080 to a theme park near you.